What's up, everybody? It's your favorite last of the bunch, favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the Takara Tomy Masterpiece Dirge. It's over. Sheesh. Thank the Lord. Unless they do Rainmakers and stuff like that, but I don't know. I don't know if I can go down this hole again. It comes with a pilot, translucent plastic, same that we're used to, and then it comes with these shells that sit over top, like we've seen with the other cone heads. It looks pretty good. Looks the part. You know, the paint on here, like this gray to blue, like the gray is painted on, and it's very fuzzy. It's not done clean at all. Like it's the type of paint line work that I expect on a Marvel Legend, not on a Takara Tomy Masterpiece. But outside of that, the other paint is done really well. It's done within what I expect. Looks pretty good. We have the landing gear. They flip up into the knee pads, and then we have this piece here, which just like all the other ones, flips up and over. We have the old sonar thing, or whatever that is, you know, just all the stuff. I was not going to show transformation. I think I'm going to show it just because it's almost easier to just do right now with the orange paint on the seat in there, and the pilot can sit in there. Thrusters move in the back. We have the Decepticons symbols painted on. I would have liked, I think, more of a paint finish on these wings, of course, but I didn't get it. I guess ultimately that's fine.
What's that? I'm just going to practice some investing techniques now that Takara isn't bleeding my pockets dry for $200 twice a year for a mold that should have been retired 5 years ago.
It's just like it's just refreshing that it's over. That's all I can say about it. Let's take these off. I will say that the plastic on this feels more in line with what they've been putting out recently. Like it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's like a lighter plastic. I noticed it around Ironhide. I think even Trax felt like the old school masterpieces, but I don't know. This feels like that. So it does feel different than the other ones in that regard. You can take these off, and then you split this to expose the more traditional Seeker Null Ray, and you can just set those to the side. I do like how they did this. I think that that's pretty smart. I think I commented on that the last time we saw it. Let's see what else we can do. We can unplug these wings here. This is the only really new transformation element, and they just sort of rock down. And then we should be able to anyway, extend the legs, bring the feet down and around as we've done a million times over. You can kind of push these knee pads to push those pieces out, which we have seen before. Open up the rear here, so to speak, and kick these out for heel spurs, and then we can close that up. We can flip these out. I will say one of these has a tendency, I'm hoping to be able to show you. It has a tendency to pop off of the hinges here, like where this sits. Of course, it's not going to do it now, but there, it did do it. So be mindful of that. That's a bummer. That's a new issue, at least for me. And then we can remove this piece here, I think. Yes, see or no? Yeah. And we can bring these arms out, and we can open the obliques. Easy for me to say. I'm so excited to just be done. Fold these down, right? And then with this, let's see, we open this up here. This goes down and under, and then this comes up. This twists around, which I think is cool also. And then you just, it's hard to show. Let me see if I can lift the camera up a little bit, just get a better idea. Bring this out and around and down, and then bring this down and this down. You can fold these back if you'd like. Make sure that these are pushed down. Rotate the head back like that. Wrist forward. And then, dude, it's funny. Am I the only one that this eats up? Let's see if I can do it. Yeah, I did it. I guess the 6 times the charm. Usually it just eats me alive. I guess all you do is rotate it. And that's basically it. I'll get it cleaned up and we'll take a look at her. I think I'll double check this as well, but I think it's like that. So I'll get it cleaned up and we'll take a look at it, but that's the basic transformation. The head is on a ball peg. You get up to there, down to there, and the swivel. Yeah, the gray, it looks like it might be painted face, and then the red eyes painted underneath, which do look pretty good. I think the official transformation is to have these aimed forward, but I don't know. I guess that's fine, but it doesn't really bother me either way. And then it has the paint detailings up there, which aren't done very well, but they're there. And then we have silver paint in there. What is my dog barking at? And we have, oh wait, let's see what time it is. The kids are getting on the bus. Let me just wait for that to pass. Let's see. We have the silver detailings in here. This is obviously gray paint here on the pelvis because it's chipping. I'm not sure if you can see that, but that's what clued me in. Chipping all along there. So that's unfortunate. It still suffers from the same masterpiece issue where this back piece tends to slide up on you, but it's not as bad as we've seen in the past, I must admit. What is my dog doing? And then we have these that flip up and silver bits painted underneath there. I think my dog has diabetes as well. I don't know if I'll save that story for another time. But yeah. Okay. No waist swivel as per usual. Ratcheted universals, hinged friction up, which gets you a great range, and then the ratchets here. And this feels like one of those new masterpiece ratchets, which is like a softer kind of clicky ratchet. And then the bicep swivel here, double jointed elbow, that works fine. Wrist swivel, thumb is on a ball peg here, index fingers on a ball peg, and then one hinge. This set of 3 is on a ball peg and one hinge for the other 3, as we've all come to expect. And we have silver paint detailings on the null ray, which do look pretty good. Subtle, but good. I like it. Same for this hand here and this arm as well. The blue is painted here. A lot of this paint does look good, even if it is chipping. The stuff that's not chipping looks good. So you have this system here, which isn't the prettiest, but it is fairly cartoon accurate. I think these actually sit up a little bit further, but this does notch into place a little bit down there, so that's okay. It's unsightly, but it's accurate. So, you know, G1 to a fault, you know what I mean? Ratcheted universals for hips. Let's see if we can't get this out of the way a little bit. Get you out to about there. Forward to about there. The ratchets do feel better than we felt before. It feels like new ratchets. Thigh swivel. Now somebody said that these knees are, oh yeah, the double jointed knees get you all the way back to there. Soft ratchet at the top, and I think just friction for the bottom one. No, it's a ratchet. Mine's just not working properly on this one. The knee pads are painted beautifully. The purples, the whites. The white could kind of use a second coat, but at the same time, it adds a natural shadow to the crevices, so I'm good with that. Purple looks good, yellow looks good, red looks good. My purple's chipping a bit on this side, but all in all, it's pretty well done. This bit here does get obnoxious. I have to fix those, but, you know, big scheme of things, it's small potatoes, I suppose. And then we have an ankle, well, we have a foot swivel, no tilt, really, and then we have, I guess it's the... I guess that, I don't know if that really, I guess it doesn't really rock at all, does it? I mean, it swivels a little bit, but it doesn't really get you the proper rocker. But it's all kind of stuff that we know. It's par for the course at this point, I believe. And the back of it, you know, kind of just is what it is, you know. Yeah, it's, you know, it's nothing groundbreaking here. It's kind of what we've come to expect in general. And you know, it does a couple things better than what we've seen in the past, and then it does a couple things kind of on par with what we've seen in the past, and you can kind of take that for what it's worth. There he is with the eye-gear Dirge. For those interested in a comparison, I did it with Ramjet. I don't really feel the need to do it with this one. I can't remember whether I did it with Thrust or not. I hope not. It would have been relatively a waste of time. It's kind of the same thing. But for those interested, there is a video for the Ramjet one, and it's pretty much, my thoughts are pretty much paralleled. And because the pain is finally over, there he is with the other two cone heads. Done. Final thoughts wise, I feel like you should kind of know what to expect here. It's not perfect. It's outdated. It's expensive. It's a little less expensive than they have been in the past, but it doesn't mean that it's not expensive. It's pretty expensive, especially for what it is. And now I'm having trouble standing it. A couple things to be mindful of. The torso still slides. It's not as bad as what we've seen in the past. The legs still have some give, but certainly not as worse as we've seen in the past. It's pretty much an improvement to something that should be really just updated generally. My main issue has been this floppy piece here on the shoulder is not toleranced real well. This one's much better. And then on the back, that one piece keeps popping off. Outside of that, it's pretty much par for the course. Now, you know, I know there's other options available. You know, I can't keep track of Lucky Draw, PP7, BB8. I don't know. It's a lot of options out there, but if you're not in on these Takara Seekers, my advice would be to wait and see what this Maketoys set looks like, because the regular Seekers are shaping up really well, and if the cone heads match that level of aesthetic, we'll have to see how it looks when it's painted and all, but that might be the set worth waiting on. For me, it's like I'm so far down this rabbit hole, I might as well just finish it. But if you're one Seeker away, I say he's worth it. Go ahead and get it just to be done. If you're just getting started, I advise play the waiting game for a bit. There might be a better option coming. That Maketoys Starscream looks really good. I don't know if it's enough to make me switch up. I'm pretty sure it's not, just because of the investment that kind of requests of me, but it looks really good. So if you're just getting started, that's my suggestion. If you're like me, an old salty dog with 5 Seekers deep in the game, actually 7 to be fair, with the what is it, the Sunstorm and the Acid Rain, or whatever his name is, then I advise just go ahead and put yourself out of your misery and get the last one and be done. You know, I mean, you know what it is. And if you don't know what it is, it's worth waiting. Hope that helps. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.